Hey everyone, this is GK715. Welcome back to my Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So in the last episode, well, we just beaten the Fire Sanctuary, collected a couple of old goddess chests, and also, the most important factor, we have upgraded our goddess sword. Well, the goddess Longblade or White Sword, and now it became the legendary Master Sword itself. Although it looks a little bit slightly different, you know, in the iterations. But that's because it's missing one last crucial element. But that will be explained at a different point. Now, there's only one thing left to do, and that's of course make our way to the Faron Woods. Now I gotta make sure I have everything ready before we head off, and actually I don't think I'm not gonna be needing my my fortified shield. I don't think I'm not gonna be needing it. I was only carrying it just in case if somehow the sacred shield broke, but given how my goddess shield is already like at it's max level, I don't think I need, like, you know, to worry about it anytime soon. So let's get like a move on here. Wait, no, not you. I meant to go I want to deposit something, Beatrice. I'm gonna give you my fortified shield because I do not want it. And instead, oh no, I don't want to move it there. I want to move it there. And instead, I'm gonna collect an extra bottle, just in case if I need a fairy or something.
Bye.
Alright. So let me see. How many bombs do I have collected? Wait. Let me see. Items. Okay, I have 14 bombs in total. I might need a... Hold on. You know what? I don't think I'm not gonna be needing bombs anytime soon anyway. Anyways, let's make our way off, like, to the Faron Woods, of course. Which, of course, that's where we know we have to go next. There we go. Alright, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, but my laptop fans are going off again. Not sure if this house gonna be if it's gonna be bothering you guys, so I hope it's not bothering. So please do forgive me about that. Anyways, let's make our way back to the Faron Woods. Because, you know, there's someone that wants, you know, the old lady, the old one over there, she said something about, like, you know, we gotta, you know, get our sword upgraded. So, we're just gonna do that. Right, dude, let me see if I can bump into this way over here. Let me see, I wanna see if I can bump into that way. Got it. There we go. Alright, let's go, like, make our way down here. Alright, well, let's go lend to the sealed grounds, because, well, that's where the old one wanted to meet us. Excuse me. I had something stuck on my nose. Alright, well, let's make our way, of course. Oh, look at that over there. There's something really interesting. Okay, well, aside from this catapult that, like, the Bruce built, there's actually this right here is a big bomb flower. The only one of its kind in the entire game. And what's funny, big bombs actually do exist in Zelda, like, they do, but you rarely ever see them. So this right here, we might as well, like, at least, like, interact with it while we have the chance with it. So, you pick it up, and it's huge, so you can't really, like, roll it, so you're gonna have to throw it. And, of course, the explosion is even more massive, but really, there's not much use for that bomb since there's barely anything big to blow up around here. Anyways, let's go enter inside the sealed temple. Let's go talk to Gru, see what he has to say. Yo, Link! Oh, sorry. Okay, I was trying to read, like, his text, but dang, I coughed there. Ugh. Yo, Link, saw the rail track I put outside, eh? What's it for? Well, you'll see before long. Alright, well, let's start with the old one. Ah, your sword. There can be no doubt the sacred flames have purified this blade. Well done, Link. That sword holds tremendous power. That power is a sacred force. It is a divine power left to us by the gods of old, the same power that is spoken of in the Ballad of the Goddess. To look upon you to see that same great power now flowing through you in the sword you carry. Come, Link, you must now open the Gate of Time. Now that the sacred force dwells within your blade, strike the Gate of Time with a Skyward strike, and it will surely awaken. Climb upon the pedestal and show the gate your sword's power. Well, let's do it again. Whoa! No, I fear to see us given away once again. That terrible beast's awakening even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacted to the sacred power given up by your sword. I wish that had not happened, but there was no other way to open the gates, so it goes. Link, you must imprison the beast once again. Alright, bring it on! This is what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. Well, let's go up. Let's let go out there. Hey, Link! Try not to drool on your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Grucinator. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? That's only natural. You wouldn't believe how much time I put into building this beauty. You're here, check this out. First, I got all fences cluttering the area out of the way. Then I laid down rails for her to run on all by myself, of course. I don't know what came over me. I had no clue I had the talent to make something like this, you know. Anyhow, you just tell me where you want me to place my shots, and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are, or you're bound to stumble for a few moments of taking one of my big bombs to the body. Hang on, though. That monster showed up a smidge sooner than I suspected. There are a few final adjustments I've got to make before she can move on the rails I've put down. I'll call out to you when she's ready for action. Till then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. Alright, well that Groose is gonna be helping us in this fight. So now, we gotta go down there and check the seal, because something clearly is wrong with it. Be in prison. Look at that! Seems like our ugly friend grew itself a pair of hands. Great timing. I hope it knows how to catch, because my machine has a mean right arm. When Soul's loaded up, I'll let you know. Until then, do what you need to do to stop it. Alright, once again, we're gonna fight the Imprisoned. Now the Imprisoned, he has gotten a lot more dangerous. So in other words, we're gonna have to, get up on its head. I don't recommend, trying to attack it, how to say this? I don't recommend you try and cut its toes, because this time, its toes has like shockwaves. And now, because it has arms, it has the unique ability now, and we're just falling under the seat. Hey Link, the machine's all loaded and ready to smash. If that flabby sack of teeth tries to climb the wall, I can blast it off from here with a bomb. When you want some backup from me, just send me the signal with X. And look at this. Alright, it's time for Groose to explode into action. Adjust the machine's position with L and aim at your target. Once you finish aiming, press CR to launch a bomb. If it hits, you'll stun that scaly sucker. If you forget the controls, press the right D-pad anything you're in control of the Groose to review the basics. Alright, now let's go land a bomb right at the prison. Huh, she packs a mean punch, doesn't she? I'll tell you, I was in love with the first time I pulled this lever. I'll start loading her back up with another bomb. So keep beating on Big Ugly until I give you the signal. Alright, you gotta stop his toes, of course. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. There you go. I'm gonna have to, you know, I'm gonna have to, like, I try to forget if I can get, you know, to the top of the head. There you go. I'm gonna... Okay. Come on. There we go. Shove, you know, that spike right back in its head. Still on the move, of course. Yeah, I have a feeling once, like, you know, the, once it probably, like, reaches its, like, final, like, well, I have a feeling, like, once we nail it the second time, it's probably gonna be coming back, of course. There we go. He almost shook us off. There. That's the second time we nailed it. And now, oh boy, he's about to slide. Let's see. I'm not sure, like, if you can, like, stun the wall. It's like, see, trying to, like, look for the right moment to hit it, of course. Okay, it's back. Okay, I'm gonna have to move around here. And of course, it's gonna grow, or it's gonna, like, get its seeming spike back out. Which I just noticed, it has, like, the symbol of Din, Nehru, and Farron. I just realized that. You know, I'm just gonna see, like, I'm just gonna drop a bomb on its head, see, like, what happens. Okay, that at least, like, slowed it down for a bit. Okay. And I have to get up quickly because, like, you know, it is approaching, you know, the temple, like quickly. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, of course, he shoved me off. Come on. I gotta hurry up and get up there quickly. It's gonna catch up, you know, to the temple in a second. No, dude. Where is he? Oh, of course. Yeah, it is getting close, you know, to the temple, and I can't even like land on its head. If I can, like, try and, okay, there you go. I'm getting close to his head. Not again! See if I can, like, you know, fire out its, like, leg or something like that. Come on. Dang it, come on. Let's do this. Oh my god, he's getting close to the temple. And I can't afford to lose it. I can't afford to lose it. There we go. He's on his back now. Come on, one more hit, like, should be able, like you know, to kill it. And because of its arms, it's blocking the way. Great, it's blocking the way. Come on, come on. There we go. That's the end of the imprisoned. Jesus, you know, he almost got through it. Somehow he almost got through it. Well, that was a bit of a tense battle against the imprisoned. Now, Link. Strike the ceiling spike with a Skyward Strike and restore the seal. Quickly. And with this, now we just need to seal, like, you know, the Great Evil once again. Hopefully the seal is stronger this time to keep it at bay. Nice work there, Link. Of course you couldn't have done it without me, but no need to thank Bruce. I know I saved your tail. Now let's get that Gate of Time thing up and running. I'll go on ahead. Well, and with this, we have defeated the imprisoned once more. And that was the second time like we have defeated him. The second time. Anyways, the whole thing with the imprisoned, it will be explained eventually at a different point. Hopefully it gets explained, but I'd rather not talk about that thing until then. Now, let's go inside and get that Gate of Time opening, of course. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Link. As do you, Bruce. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here. Aw, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could do to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Link, you must wonder just what you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice to say, it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the Gate of Time, you shall learn more. May seal it and reseal it into a prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it. Such it is awesome power. We must destroy it as a source or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward Strike. Come on already! Charge that sword of yours with that sacred force stuff. Granny wasn't talking about it and zap the Gate of Time. Right, Granny? Indeed. Now, Link. Go to the gate. That is a Gate of Time. It is said to transport whoever passes through it as arched at a different time. According to legend, a fully enhanced form of your sword is capable of activating it with a Skyward Strike. Well, let's do it. spirit. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you found so hard for lies beyond this gate. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hand back here, Link. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Ah, forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said, "What's up?" Welcome to the past. Temple of Hylia.
Hey!
At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. Little time has passed since the goddess sent out the outcropping of rock into the sky that will one day become skylocked. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back to the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Her name is Impa, a calm and collected individual receiving her orders from the goddess. She protects Zelda. She's a female warrior with a mission. Yeah, so that's the description of Impa, which obviously we know that symbol around her stomach. That is the mark of the Sheikah, which indicates the Sheikah, they are still around this time. Just not many of them, really. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about the war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skylock. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess, Hylia, succeeded in sealing away demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that Seal will not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia has suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both in motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in her sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made the sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For a while, the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods. All of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero. And I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisoned him, at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place to sustain the seal as best I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it as strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Phi and the Great Blaze she's part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gain power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Failing hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels, you have found wisdom, power, and courage. And for this, I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. goddess has blessed her blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in the world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield this might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face the mites and give the land hope, the goddess, Hylia, needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You have to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you can wield that supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if I meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you all into this, Link. But you have to understand, this is a war and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need you to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all of this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am highly reborn, it's still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more for the need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all this is over, will you come to wake me up? I promise. See, you said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her. Here, go now and fulfill your destiny. And with this, well, we got our master, from this we got a new mission and a new weapon. The true Master Sword. This sword, blessed by the goddess herself, can only be wielded by the hero of legend. So in other words, we're back in business with this sword once more. However, our journey is far from over. We still have a long way to go, and I guess we now have our new mission, and that is to get the Triforce at any cost. So you returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits, suspended in sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish the mice. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyward by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost in the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyward. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. Whoa, whoa there, hold up. Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So Zelda, how's she holding up? Is she okay when you saw her? Actually, that's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're gonna do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I wanted to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's gotta watch that big ugly monster, and someone's gotta make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but don't you just love it the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten up this place up a little too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, hey, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Stritch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. Yep. And of course, like the old one said, if we look over here, Zelda is just over here, of course. Of course, you can't see her much, but she's just like, you know, doing there just fine. Yeah. And also, I guess it's time to show her what our Master Sword does. Now that our Master Sword is fully powered up, we can do this. It will like, you know, it will charge faster, and our sword beams are you know, now go more, or they go like in a much more longer, or they can fly out more longer, of course. But anyways, with our like new mission put in place, we're about to head out to Skylock. Apparently, we can find a clue on where where the Triforce could be at. And oh wow, okay, there are blue bookings in this area, a lot of them. Huh? Is there something different about your sword? It's just me. Either way, bud, you have got to get rid of those bad guys down there. You know, bud, even at a time like this, I never stopped thinking about my research. I came across an ancient volume in course of my research. Want to know what it has to say? Of course. Aaron repose, you will learn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we already done it before, but I'm gonna have to get rid of those bokoblins because there's like a lot of them down here, and it's a good time for testing our weapon. Look at that. Yeah, look how powerful our sword is. It is so powerful that these blue bokoblins don't stand a chance. There we go. See that? Yeah. These blue bokoblins barely stand a chance. So our Metal Sword is so powerful that we can practically like now be able to destroy like bokoblins with just two blows. Can you imagine doing that on a red bokoblin? Anyways, let's head out to the sky where we can find at least like our where we can find our next clue to where let the Triforce could be at. Now, obviously, we can't go back to the Isle of Songs because we already got all the flames. But we could ask our old friend Gatora in order to see if he's willing to give us a little hint. There you go. All right, let's go up. I remember like land right around here. Yeah. Actually, wait. There is something that I want to do, before I talk to Gate 4, to Gate 4. One, I want to have a stamina potion. Because remember, we can go talk to Fledge about something. Let's go let them get him a stamina potion for him. The rupees. All right. Now let's go into Fletcher's room and talk to him, so we can give him another like stamina potion, of course. All right. Let's go here, of course. Okay. There we are. Here we are. Let's go look for Actually, let's talk to Gate 4 first, since we're up here, of course. We can talk to Flesh later tonight.
Hey.
Hello, Link. Have you heard anything more about my daughter? What is it? If you know anything at all, I urge you to share with me. You want to tell me, but you can't. I understand. I'm sure you have good reason to keep it quiet. Link, I have been doing some thinking since we last spoke. You have had this destiny thrust upon you without warning, or choice, but I wish to help you as best as I can. I'm getting older and I lack the vigor of youth, but even old men have ways of being useful too. I wish to share as much of my knowledge as we do as I can. If you have any question at all about Skyward or its history, I will be glad to tell you all that I know. Actually, what do I know of the Triforce? Link, where do you hear that word? True, the ancient text makes several mentions of the Triforce within their pages. Unfortunately, the actual location of the Triforce isn't illuminated in any of those tomes. Its whereabouts are lost to history. Sorry, Link. It shames me to say it, but my knowledge is of little on the subject. Well, at least Gate 4, is fine, he admits it.
Hey.
Link, just a moment. Though there is one whose vast knowledge may be of use. Surely you're familiar with Levius, the great sky spirit who has guarded our realm for ages. Levius has served as a protector of our skies for a long time, and his knowledge of our world is encyclopedic, to put it mildly. If anyone in the entirety of Skyloft and beyond were to know about the Triforce, it would be him. Okay, well, where is he? Yes, I fear that might be your next question. About that. I imagine in your travels you'd taken notice of the tremendous thunderhead that suddenly appeared in our skies. Recently, I heard rumors suggesting that Levius is trapped inside that massive cloud. I asked Instructor Owlman to look into this troubled cloud in order to determine if there's any truth to these rumors. I had meant to inquire about his findings earlier, but I completely forgot about it after Zelda went missing. Instructor Owlman can fill me in on the details later, so why don't you go speak with him yourself and see what his investigation has revealed. Alright, let's go look for Owlman. He might know a little bit about Levius. Levius. So, he's another character, that's new to Skyward Sword, and who will later at least become a recurring character. Link, how goes your search for Zelda? Have you found her yet? What? Levius? So you've been talking to the headmaster, I take it. If I'm correct, Levius is the one inside the Thunderhead, but that's not the Levius that we all know. That's a monster. It certainly looks like Levius, but last I approached him, they came rushing at me in his eyes. They were full of malice. People change, or old wizened creature change, rather. Perhaps it's more that he is possessed by something. That's how it felt to me. What? You want to talk to Levius? That's impossible. I don't think Levius is capable of listening, not in his current state, no. And even if you were able to get close enough to talk to him, it will likely end with you getting brushed aside and sent flying to your death in a sea of clouds. What? You're still planning on going? I see. It's because you need to find Zelda. I understand. I get the feeling nothing I could say will talk to you out of it. Hey, I have an idea. Come with me.
Hey.
Levius is inside the Thunderhead. He's been acting so strangely, like something has possessed him. But we can somehow free him from whatever it is that has hold over him. There is a chance he will return to his senses. Listen well, Link, because I'm about to teach you a very powerful bird riding technique. It's called the Spiral Charge. Using the spiral charge, you can rid Levius of the blight that has hold of him. The technique is quite easy to perform. All you have to do is press X. However, the acceleration effect lasts longer than any attack move, so you've used so far. Maintaining stable flight can be tricky. This is a technique that only senior Knight Academy students have mastered high-level flight skills or are allowed to perform. It's still a bit too early for you, but this is an extraordinary circumstance, so I'll make an exception this time. However, I will test you. First, dive off this platform and call your bird. Let's do it. Let's take some bird lessons from Owlin. Listen up, Link. I taught your Lockwood to perform a spiral charge when you press X. Use the spiral charge to break the 10 targets placed around the floating boulders up ahead. If you can destroy 10 targets in under 120 seconds, I'll recognize you as a skilled bird rider. Alright, off you go. So, let's do it. So this is the spiral charge, which press X. Look at this. Yep, it is a new attack for our Lockwing. And this is actually gonna be useful. This is gonna be useful, like, you know, at least on our travels. Because not only do we have an attack at long last, we can now hurt enemies, like you know that are in the sky, such as those like sky boys that are flying around. Now we have to be quick and efficient, of course. It's obvious. There you go. 82 seconds. We gotta hurry up. 7. 8. Oh, missed. Dang it. 9. There is 2 left. Dang it, come on. Oh! Done? Okay, that's easy. Oh, you managed to destroy 10 targets within the time limit. If you can control your bird that well, you'll have no problems at all. I knew you could do it, Link, and what a magnificent red bird. You are henceforth permitted to use the spiral charge attack as a qualified bird rider. The next thing we have to address is how you go about finding Levius. Maybe the owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin might know something. Every year he makes an offering of this pumpkin soup for Levius. Go into Lumpy Pumpkin and ask him what he knows. Well, that's good to know. But before we head off, there's one last thing I want to do. I want to go see Fledge and hand him over a potion of stamina for him. Because of course, you know, he's gotta like, you know, build those muscles. Oh, before we do as well, wait, can we dig this on the ground? Nope, we cannot dig on the ground. Dang it, I thought I could. Anyways, we might need, like, you know, to go over there. And actually, I should have went back to the fire sanctuary, or at least the entrance of it, because one of the gossip stones did say there's a piece of heart down there. I think. Yeah, I do have like I need like 2 more pieces of heart, and I'm able, like, you know, to get one, of course. Anyways, let's go up here, of course. All right, let's go like talk to Fledge and see, like, you know, where he is. I think he is in here. Yep, he's in here at night, so we're gonna have to, like, of course. Let's go until night so we can talk to him. Oh, there he is. He's exercising. 55, 56, 57. Oh, I can't seem to quite catch my breath. Hey, Link, I wonder, will you mind sharing some stamina potion with me? Take some. Really? Wow, thanks. I'll go to take it then. Oh, that's the stuff. It's like a refreshing source of energy. Sometimes I worry, though. All this training and no results. How long do I need to train before I start to get stronger? What do you think, Link? How many push-ups do you think I need to do? Not about numbers. Huh? It's not about numbers? Of course. You mean that you just keep at it until I've forgotten how many I've done, right? I guess that makes sense. Now that I know, I'll definitely start getting stronger. Come back soon as you see how I'm doing. Oh, with that, Fledge has been given at least, like, you know, a new stamina potion. And now, let's be off and head off now, like, you know, to the Lumpy Pumpkin. And of course, we might need, like, you know, to do something until morning. Alright, let's be off. It's already like a 50 minutes already here on recording. Well, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next episode where we head up to the Lumpy Pumpkin. Till then, see ya!